Andras Orioli. I'm a grade 11 student from William Nye Mackenzie, a student of Dr. Soto Gordon's, and today I'm here to give you, ladies and gentlemen, an overview of community unity. So what exactly is community unity? As my teacher outlined, it is a hub for students who wish to spread kindness and caring through a social justice lens. It gives students these opportunities by going out and doing these innovative things. Now, how exactly did our club, if you like to call it, start? It started from a few sources that Dr. Soto Gordon presented to us. Some are Khaled Hosseini, Rumi, and of course, our own teacher. Khaled Hosseini, he was an author of the novel The Kite Runner. In brief, the story focused on a child living in Afghanistan during the Cold War who went through many difficult times. We found that the main message of the novel was that our actions reflect onto others and they affect onto others. And we can see that through the protagonist's father, who made very difficult and bad decisions, which ultimately led to his son suffering throughout the whole novel and going through very, very rough times. The commencement speech, he spoke to the Santa Clara University in California, and his speech brought out two messages to the graduates. One of them was we should serve our neighbors. We should be neighbors, we should serve other people, we should be partners with others, we should be a community. And his second message, a little bit more bigger, was happiness, and how materialistic things brings us only a temporary amount of happiness and a short, limited amount. And that happiness will stay with us for that temporary amount, for that short amount of time. And he tells us that the true happiness is given to us when we serve our people, when we are neighbors to our friends, when we are together, when we are one. And that it will bring us a happiness that will not disappear, a permanent sense of happiness. And it is a happiness that Khaled Hosseini has experienced. It is a happiness that my teacher has experienced. Ancient Persian philosopher Rumi, we focused a little bit on him and on his poem, Only Breath. It is a very short poem, but with a very strong message. Only Breath tells us that we are all one. We are all one community, we are all family, we are all brothers and sisters. And the most interesting part about this poem is that Rumi destroys all borders and fences that we have with each other. Borders and fences such as races, cultures, gender. He tells us that we are all one family. And only breath, our last breath on our deathbed per se, we share with others. We share as one with everybody else in the world. Of course, we wouldn't be here today without my teacher, Dr. Stephanie Soto Gordon. She helped shine the light upon us with these sources. She helped us open up our eyes to such things, to myself and my peers. And I find it most inspirational that she has found that happiness that Mr. Hosseini spoke about. And I find it a motivation, because I would love to pursue that happiness she has. I would like to feel that permanent sense of happiness. And it links in with one of my speeches. I actually won the annual speech contest at my school, and I spoke about happiness, and I spoke about pursuing it, and I spoke about the same message Hosseini spoke about to graduating students, how materialistic things is not the true source of happiness. And I would love to achieve that happiness by doing the things Hosseini spoke about, Rumi spoke about, and of course following on the footsteps of my teacher. We've done a few things. We start off with the Nepal Fundraiser and donations. We all are aware of the tragedy that happened in Nepal, and we managed to raise about $560 or so between our school in only a few days, and the Ontario government actually matched that amount, and we were able to send over $1,000 with the Red Cross Foundation to Nepal. And this is linked with Rumi's message, because Nepal is a country so far away. The people there are so, they're not close to us, but this brings us together and this unites us. Just recently we did a community cleanup earth that we have to serve. And the best part about it is what the neighbors noticed. They saw us, they took note of it, and they were very, very appreciative. And they even phoned the school and told the principal, hey, we saw your students cleaning up the neighborhood. We find that amazing. And that fosters a sense of community within us. The students with the neighbors, we're all one, we're all sharing the same land, and it's very important that we, went out to clean. And of course, spreading awareness, what we're here to do today. We would love to inspire and motivate others to do the same with their students, with their peers, because it is really worth it, and I am starting to feel that happiness that, of course, Hosseini and my teacher have felt. We do have future projects. Now, I find that the most important thing about our group is that our teacher, she gives us the opportunity and freedom to want to do things that we truly want to do with a passion. So not force us to do things, not push us to do things we don't want to, but she gives us that liberty, which I think is very important for students. And these are actually ideas that my own peers have come up with. For example, the Covenant House, which we all know is a hub it's a center for youth who are not as fortunate as us in volunteering there or sending in donations. The Sick Kids in Ronald McDonald House, of course, fundraisers, donations, those are all big possibilities to help out the children. Animal shelters was another idea brought out. People aren't the only ones in distress, animals are too, and it's very important to go out and help them. And of course, green projects, we can never do enough to help our earth, to help save and build our earth. And that concludes my presentation for today, and that is an overview of what Community Uni is about, the messages we want to promote, and of course what we're doing to help make these messages happen.